Singapore Homebrew on Money FM 89.3.
Gilles Dion is the founder and the chairman of Opera Gallery Group. The Opera Gallery Singapore has the Singapore Master Show from Monet to Condo. It is an unbelievable exhibition running from the 3rd of October already to the 3rd of November and features, as I mentioned, 25 pieces of art from artists such as Monet, Condo, Picasso, Renoir, Kusama, Degas, Appel, Botero, wow, Basquiat. It is an unbelievable exhibition. Of course, they are for sale, but in the meantime, people can walk in and have a look around. There is no fee to do that. Gilles, it is great to have you with us today. I understand you're in town from France for the weekend.
Thank you very much, Glenn. Yes, I came from France a few days ago. I came for this special event, Yeah. We are organizing every year in Singapore an exhibition of masterpieces, and the title of the show is always the Singapore Master Show. We opened the gallery in Singapore a long time ago, 31 years ago.
Wow.
Okay. So it's a very long time. And we have right now many galleries all over the world. We have 18 locations.
Commercial galleries.
Commercial galleries, in Asia, in Europe, in Middle East, and in America.
Yeah. You say we. I'm always interested in the business origin story. Who's the we? Is it you, your family, friends? How did it start?
No, I started myself. I started by myself. When I say we, it means the group. I own the group. I have a big majority, of the group, but it's me and the people, all my directors who are working, with me for a long time. But we started the first one in Singapore. So, and Singapore,
not Paris. The first one was Singapore.
The first one in Singapore in 1994, and the second one was in Paris in 1995. We opened the gallery there just after the first art fair. It was a very nice art fair. At this time, it was Treasures. Okay. It was the first art fair in Singapore, and I did this fair, from Paris, and I decided to open the gallery with a few partners a few months after this fair. It was very successful for me, and the business in France at this time was not crazy. So,
why? Two things quickly. Why Singapore, and where did your love or interest of art come from? Art galleries.
I love art since I am very young. I started to buy my first lithograph by Miro when I was 14 years old. I was living in a place in Paris, where there is a lot of galleries, and I was passing, almost every day in front of this window, and the dealer came, and I got some money from my bar mitzvah. And I spent all the money to buy this lithograph, and the dealer gave me a very special price, 50% of the price, and I still have this work that I gave to one of my grandkids, the first one. So but I was not doing art after school. First I was studying, marketing, and after, by coincidence, I came in this market.
Yeah. We're talking with Gilles Dion, the founder and chairman of the Opera Gallery Group. They currently have an exhibition, the Singapore Master Show, from Monet to Condo. It is until the 3rd of November. They are located in the Ion Shopping Center on the second floor. Gilles, I have a confession to make. It's slightly embarrassing, but a couple of weeks ago, your team invited me to this media preview that was this past week. And I replied, I saw the list of the artists, and I replied, I said, okay, that's fine. Are these lithographs? Are they fakes? Are they copies? Or are they the real thing? And they quickly wrote back, they are the real thing. And my word, when I walked in the door the other day for this media preview, I was blown away. It was like I was walking into a museum quality, the interest in the works that are there. And of course, the environment that you've created in the gallery is lovely just to go in and walk around. What do you say to somebody like me that's surprised that you have such a massive amount, everybody from Monet, Renoir, Picasso, Chagall, Basquiat, Roy Lichtenstein, all these people in the gallery at the same place at the same time. I mean, it's really extraordinary.
Yeah, we have a large inventory that we own or that I control at 100%. Since 30 years, all the profit, we did came back, in buying work, because the key
business must be good.
Business is good. Business was good. We had some difficult years, like many other businesses, difficult years in 2008, with the Lehman Brothers. Last year was not a crazy year, but we put all the efforts to be able to show in our 18 location the best of the best pieces that we own at 100% or pieces that we own sometimes at 30% with other art dealers or with some investors. So we have a few ways, to feed the galleries, and our goal is to present to all the collectors we have all over the world the best of the best in masterpieces who cover all the 20th century, but we have also some young upcoming artists, that we are working with worldwide in our different locations.
Yeah. Fascinating.
I've got to ask the cynical money question because I'm curious. The classic, you have to buy low and sell high. How do you know when you are purchasing a piece that you intend to sell? How do you know how to buy it and therefore sell it at a profit? Do you see what I mean? Because if you know the value of this painting, then surely your buyer will know the value of the painting.
I will not tell you.
Okay, yeah.
No, I'm joking.
No, I'm sure you would. Yeah, we'd all do it, right?
But there is a margin. There is a margin there.
You have to subconsciously know what the margin is.
No, I know very well the market. And the good thing about our organization is that we have galleries all over the world. So we know, me and my team, my buying team, we know the market worldwide. So very often, for example, we buy painting in Hong Kong, cheap, that we can sell more expensive in the US or, sometime in Europe. And we know where to buy, we are buying back also many works from collectors who bought from us 10 years, 15 years ago. At one point, they need to sell, and we have a very strong CRM when we organize exhibitions sometime. For example, in the gallery right now, we have one painting by Chagall that we sold like 15 years ago, for a very cheap price, and we bought back the painting from this collector 3 times the price he paid, and he's happy, and we put a margin on this one, and he knows, so this is just an organization, and we know the market. We know very, very well the market, and so we try to buy a little bit less than the market, and we try to sell at the market price.
Yeah. When I was in the gallery the other day, there were already looked like some pretty serious collectors walking in and looking around, and like they were really looking very closely. By the end of this Masters show, a month from now or so, how many of these pieces would you expect to sell, or would you plan to sell?
And you currently have, I think, around 25?
We have around 25 to 30 masterpieces. But, we are in a market that even if we sold already 3 or 4 works, and we have many works under option, but we are in a market, if we don't sell, we are happy. Because, for Chagall, for Basquiat, for Picasso, for Miro, for Degas, for Renoir, for this kind of names, more you keep the work, more the price is increasing.
Yeah.
So it's not like you have a dead inventory,
right.
like clothes
you just
or
hang
shoes
on to it for another,
or everything.
Yeah.
So for us, it's fine. It is just a question if we need cash or not in the company. But if we keep it, we are okay.
And then would you shift these works if they don't sell, to another gallery somewhere else? Do they rotate around?
Yes, we have a big inventory worldwide that is turning around, in all the locations. So in Asia, we are in Singapore, Hong Kong, and Seoul. In Europe, we are in Paris, Monaco, Geneva, London, Madrid. We are in many cities in the US also, and in Dubai, and we are opening a gallery soon in in the Middle East, also in Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi. Oh, nice.
See, Glenn, I kept first editions of my books, hoping the value would go up. It hasn't happened. It hasn't happened, Gilles.
And now they're $25 from $20 each. Awesome.
They're worth $10 now, $5. I mean, I know there's no specific answer to this, but broadly, who are the kinds of collectors who typically buy your works? I mean, we've had art guys on before. Sometimes it's banks, big banks hang it in their lobby areas, but who typically are your collectors?
Most of the collectors are individuals.
Okay.
I will say 90% individual, and maybe 10% companies, foundations, and museums. For the masterpieces, it is people who have money. They want to put a part of the asset they have, in art. When you buy a Picasso, a Chagall, a Renoir, a Basquiat, it is a real solid asset. And when you look, when you compare this kind of buying since 25, 30 years, even compared with the SP 500 or even compared with the gold, you make more
return,
on the buying, of this kind of piece. So people who love art, but all the people who are buying this kind of art, they want to invest. So all of them, they want to make money, on it. They want to give it to the kids, to the grandkids, as the heritage.
Yeah.
Or one day, sometime they want or they need to sell.
We're speaking with Gilles Dion, the founder and chairman of Opera Gallery Group. From Monet to Condo, their master show happening down at the Ion Gallery. Free to go in. Anybody can walk in and look around and see these 25 to 30 amazing masterpieces. When I was in the gallery talking with your wonderful staff, Irene and Fiona, and one of the questions I had was about the provenance, right? Everybody wants to know where the artwork's coming. Is it authentic?
Sure.
And how do you prove that? And Fiona was especially talking to me in the gallery about that and just how carefully you track these pieces of art. Some were statues. You had a Botero statue in there, etc. And I mean, that really has to be part and parcel of every legitimate gallery and museum, of course, as well. Tell us about your process on that.
Before buying any work, any masterpieces, we have 2.5 people in the company, almost three people who are checking all the lines of the different provenance. Before buying any work, for example, Chagall, you have a certificate of authenticity of the Comité Chagall. Renoir, Wildenstein, Monet, Wildenstein, all this. So before buying anything, we check even if we have the certificate, because if you can make a fake painting, you can make a fake certificate.
Sure.
So even before buying anything, we check with all the committee of this artist, and all of them, have someone who make authority. Well, Kusama, she's alive, so it's easy. We can check with the studio. Condo is alive, easy. We can check, with him. But for all the artists alive, Botero, before we were checking with him, because he was a very good friend living in Monaco, and I live also part in Monaco. Now we are checking with the family, because he passed away, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So it is very important, because we are in a business. It is trust, and you cannot make one mistake.
Yeah.
You make one mistake now with the internet, social media, finish.
Yeah. I'm saving my controversial question till last.
Please.
Picking one of your babies. Who's your favorite artist?
My favorite artist, I love Chagall. Chagall and Picasso.
Because?
Because Chagall is because Chagall is poetic, Chagall is nice colors, he's naive, he's full of love, full of hope. And Picasso, because for me, he was the genius, of the 20th century. He had 6 different periods during his life, and all his period, he was the number one, the cubism, the pink period, the blue period. This is my 2 favorite artists. But I love many of them. I love Fernand Léger. I love Basquiat. I love Kissaring,
Fantastic.
Awesome. You know, in my hometown, Chicago, and spent a lot of time at the Art Institute of Chicago, and Chagall has these beautiful stained glass windows. They call them the America windows. Just it's so powerful when you see his work in person. But I love the Picasso pieces that you have in this particular exhibition, and also a very interesting Warhol painting. Tell us about that. It's a mix of the Campbell Soup, of Marilyn Monroe, of Mona Lisa. Tell us about that, because I had never seen that before.
Yeah, it is a very interesting work by Warhol, who is on the catalogue raisonné, you know, of Warhol. It's a piece, we bought it from a private collector, you know, in the Hamptons. It's a big, large piece.
Very large.
1.60 m by 1.30 m. And you have in this painting all the team who made Warhol famous. You know, you have the portrait of Marilyn, you have the Joconde, you have the soup, the Campbell soup, you have the Mao, and it is a beautiful work done in 1979. It's like a patchwork, you know. We have a big collection of Andy Warhol. We have also some Marilyn, we have some Jackie, but this one is amazing. It's a masterpiece, and I was very lucky, you know, to buy this work. We bought it from a private collector based between Hampton and New York, and the gentleman, I knew him, you know, from a friend, and he had some money problem. He has a margin call, you know, from a bank, and he wanted to sell it. He gave me a price. I didn't even bargain with him because the price was very fair, and the painting is an amazing work.
I'm going to ask the Kiasu question that Singaporeans always ask. What's the most expensive painting you've ever sold?
The most expensive painting during my life?
Sure.
It was a Modigliani painting.
And
59 million.
59 million.
59 million. Almost as much as our salary here.
Almost as much.
Almost.
Very close. Very close. Hey, it has been an absolute pleasure to have you with us, Gilles, and to hear about this.
Thank
we
you.
do want to encourage everybody to get down to the Opera Gallery. Maybe you're not in the market for a very expensive thing, but maybe there might be something that's more reasonable as well. You have lots of different levels of things that people can purchase there.
Yeah, we have artworks from $20,000 to $25 million, you know, in all the galleries. So we're working also with some young upcoming contemporary artists that we love, and we can build the career to them. So sometimes it's good to buy at the early stage, and we have the capacity to make them a worldwide marketing. So we will be happy to show the works of the masterpieces to your auditors and to show also other works. And thank you very much.
Well, you've got 59 million reasons to be happy.
There you go. Gilles Dion, founder and chairman of Opera Gallery Group. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you very much.
To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.